Hello, this is Siddharth Tambar from Chicago Arthritis and Regenerative Medicine. Living in an age of the coronavirus epidemic is really quite challenging. We get so much negative news and information thrust at us daily on an hourly level. It can be very overwhelming. So finally, we actually have some pretty positive news to report. And it refers to access to physicians as well as telemedicine, telehealth availability. So telehealth is essentially your ability to access physician and other health provider care via any sort of modern electronic medium. And what's great about it is that it's convenient, it allows easier access to care, and it's essential in this day and time where we have a lot of concern about people mingling outside, and in particular, people who are high risk. We're trying to reduce their exposure to large groups of people. So the challenge with telehealth is that in our fragmented health insurance system here in the United States, that what works in one state does not work in another state. And so people's access to those kind of benefits really vary significantly. So today, Medicare essentially announced that they are making telehealth available to all Medicare beneficiaries in terms of not only follow-up visits, but new evaluations as well. This is huge because number one, obviously, if there's concern that you could be infected, you have now more rapid access to care. But the other thing to keep in mind is that even in this age of coronavirus pandemic, that people have all their other normal medical issues as well. And you cannot neglect those kind of medical problems, and you should not be neglecting those people. So if somebody has a chronic issue that requires intermittent evaluation and management, we shouldn't be telling those people that, hey, why don't you put that off for another 3 months? If you're due for an appointment, we need to find ways to give them access to care. And in the same way, if you have a new issue that's developing and you need to be evaluated, if you've been referred to a specialist, then that shouldn't be declined. Access to care should still be available in a convenient fashion. The reality is that there are certain medical conditions that if you let them persist or worsen, they can make you more prone to other medical problems. Those issues can get worse. They can even make you more prone to infections, certain medical issues that if you let them linger or worsen. So access to care is a humongous deal. And Medicare announcing that Medicare beneficiaries have this access now is tremendous and groundbreaking, quite frankly, and hopefully it's something that lasts longer. I think it's really important to understand the big picture, though, which is we're all obsessed about healthcare right now because it's forefront on our minds based on the coronavirus. But the reality is that healthcare issues are forefront in all of our minds for those of us who work in medicine, and they're things that we need to rethink as a society as well. So from a big picture standpoint, we have so many people that have limited access to care, tens of millions of people. We're suddenly worried about that now because those tens of millions of people may not be able to get access to care while this pandemic is on. But those same people don't have access to care on a day-to-day basis when there isn't this kind of urgent issue. And right now, when people who do have insurance make a decision in terms of where they access their care, they're looking to whatever is most convenient from a driving location. Can you get there within a 30-minute drive? Is that the right way to choose who's going to best be able to take care of your medical care? That doesn't make sense. If I want to find a pediatrician that's going to take care of my daughter, I'm going to find someone who is going to be competent and follows and has a similar philosophy of care as I do when it comes to taking care of my family. That's important. I shouldn't be restricted based on driving location. In a digital 5G world, I should have access to care for physicians and providers anywhere in the world that have similar values and beliefs as I do when it comes to caring for me and my family. I think that's so essential. And we need the tools to do that. And the thing is, the tools are not technical. Most people in the world have access to some form of internet. It doesn't have to be 5G. It could be 3G, 4G, Wi-Fi. So many people, most people in the world now have access to some version of a smartphone. It's not adequate to say that the limitations to access to care are strictly technical. They are in large part financial, and they are in large part due to how insurance is structured. And we need to bring our insurance policies up to a modern level of care. The second thing is you should have access to care anywhere in the world. Right now, I have patients who are in other parts of the world who have concerns about how do they maintain their care. They have active medical issues and need to be evaluated and treated. Fortunately for them, I am very amenable to communicating with them anywhere they are, in whatever fashion is convenient for them. But the fact that somebody might actually restrict their access to care because they're not sure if it'll be paid if they're trying to do it over an internet or digital medium rather than in person seems really antiquated. We deserve better than that. We all deserve better than that, especially in 2020, where we have all the technical tools to do that. The other aspect to this to understand is that this ruling only applies to Medicare. And that only applies to a certain percentage of our population. If you have commercial insurance or an HMO insurance, these insurers, they work for you. You need to demand that they allow you the same access to care and benefits as what Medicare beneficiaries get right now. If they're not, understand that they are not giving you the most standard and up-to-date level of care and benefits that you deserve. The other aspect to this is that this is right now considered a limited time benefit. That doesn't make sense either. Why limit this convenience and efficiency of care to only the next couple of weeks or couple months when the corona pandemic is ongoing? This needs to be available forever in a digital 5G world. We deserve that. And I think it's important for those of us that this affects, which is all citizens and all people that live in the United States, that we demand better access to care. And that includes telemedicine care that is appropriately covered and compensated and available to anyone in this country. Lastly, understand that I take this very seriously because I think we shouldn't have these kind of challenges for helping people out. This should be easier. There shouldn't be questions about how can we get access to help people based on their current benefits of their insurance. That's really a terrible way to treat other human beings. In my own practice, we focus and specialize in non-surgical management of arthritis, tendonitis, injuries, and back pain, whether that's utilizing the most up-to-date regenerative medicine treatments that can help out 75 to 80% of people who have those conditions, or utilizing the most current methods of treating inflammatory arthritis conditions such as rheumatoid arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, and ankylosing spondylitis. Whether you need an additional evaluation, second look, or just want to try a different approach to your care, we're here to help out in any way possible. And I think, we need to learn from this pandemic, and the big deal is we need better access to care. And I think today is actually a good day that this is a possible first step on a bigger level where we can really allow that benefit to everyone in this country. Thank you for your time. Have a good day and live well. Bye-bye.